Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another short episode of Anything But Politics. My name is Jim, and I'm here with...
Christian. You didn't say your last name, so Christian.
Oh, did I not? Did I just say Jim? Y'all know me by now.
Yeah, you just said Jim.
Y'all know. We know each other. It's been what?
Yeah, it's been 6 months. I think you're well acquainted.
7 and some change. Y'all know my name by now, and I'm here with just Christian.
Just Christian. No Roman necessary. Why are we short today, Jimward?
I don't know. Work?
Yeah.
No, here's what I'll do. I'll say the real reason why we're going short today, which is if you'll notice, the episode looks a little shorter today. This is because typically we record for about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half, and then our lovely editor Seth gets it down to, maybe an hour 5, or a little under an hour, maybe like 55 minutes. Anywho, we only have an hour to record today. It's perfect. We actually started at 3:45 p.m., which again, very early for us. So it's always a different energy when we record earlier in the day, and it's not one I don't mind.
Yeah, there's just a little, I got a little more.
It's not when I mind. I double negatived it.
It's not when wait, what were you trying to say?
I don't mind the different energy we have here.
Oh. No, yeah, it's a little mellower. I got a little more tired, and I'm blinking more because there's shit in my eye because I woke up. I woke up 4 hours ago. I have no excuses. There shouldn't be shit in my eye. Usually I'm up at like 2 o'clock, but recently I've been getting up early, getting on that early grind.
I like to hear it. That's awesome. But we typically record for about an hour and a half, and it gets cut down to like an hour 10 maybe. We only have an hour to record today, so it's gonna probably get cut down to even less. And that's fine.
Yeah,
shorter
we
episode.
Be looking at a 45 minute episode.
That's fine to me.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it.
Absolutely nothing wrong with it.
I'm sure everybody else is celebrating, so.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God these fucking weirdos aren't talking for 5 hours.
Well, another reason that it's short is because we're having to record on a Friday when we typically record on Tuesdays. Seth...
Oh, that's true.
Our lovely editor had to go to, he went to Florida, vacation, went to see his family and everything, and it was great. But while he was gone, I edited last week's episode, the one that was put on YouTube, and that is not something I typically do, and to add insult to injury...
Bang up job, though.
I had edited about 1/3 of the video before my power went out Tuesday, and Premiere hadn't autosaved. Which it does. Premiere typically autosaves, and I feel like it's pretty regularly.
Oh, does it? There must be a setting.
I always feel like I'm being interrupted by Premiere autosaving. But it did not.
Weird. Is it random, or is it like...
I lost it all.
I
think it's time-based, and I think you could change that in the settings as well. Because I think Seth's run into an issue like that before. But got the video out on time. There were a few things I would have liked to have changed, but I got the video out on time. But
it was fire.
Suffice to say, if Seth leaves for like half a week, it all goes to shit.
Everything is ruined. So
everything is ruined. So we definitely need him around, and we're thankful for him. But we're here today, shorter episode. We don't know what we're going to talk about, so let's get into it.
Let's get into it. We want to run the tape?
Let's roll the tape. Welcome back, everybody. Hello, everybody. This is Jim and Christian.
And you're listening to Anything But Politics.
Fuck yeah. I was about to say, do you know what show we're doing? Just forgot to dance.
Is this not WeThreeKings?
No, this is WeThreeKings.
WeTwoKings? Missing the third?
Is this the episode? When did... Me looking at my calendar. The episode that just got posted was the 23rd. I guess we recorded it before it was released, but now it's after it's been released. But when this comes out, it would have been released like 2 weeks ago. It's a whole thing. Yeah. I talked about this show on that, so I want to talk about that show on here.
Talk about yours. Yeah.
Back when I was like 17, 18, I had a YouTube channel with like 2 of my best friends, Seth and Jace. And these are hilarious guys that I've now known for 10 years. I've been brothers with these gentlemen for 10 years. We met in middle school when we were 11. We are now all 21. Me and Seth are 21. I'm not 1,000% sure about Jace. You know what?
You don't know when Jace was born?
I know Jace is the youngest. I know that for sure. I just don't know if he's...
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think... No. He's 21. He's 21 because his birthday was very recently. I think it was earlier in June. I think it was just past earlier this month, actually. So,
hey, happy birthday, Jace.
Hey, happy birthday, Jace.
I know you're on like episode 7, but happy birthday, Jace, for whenever you see this.
Oh yeah, he's a little behind in the viewing of
He's way
the show.
behind. Yeah.
But we had a YouTube channel called WeThreeKings, and it was just the three of us, primarily doing live streams every Saturday. We'd play games and just talk to people, or we'd do fun little challenges. We've baked a cake without a recipe. We'd play video games while eating really spicy hot wings. We did anything we felt like doing, and it was just fun because
so good.
I feel like after a certain point in friendship, just getting to watch a group of individuals do anything, if they're having a great time, you're just happy to be part of it, happy to be watching it. And on top of that, it's just fun to make. It's just fun to do. I hope that, Christian, you've seen the video that we put out. I'll go ahead and No, I don't think I did. I don't think I put a link to the video in last week's episode. So a link to that video is in the description here. And by the time you're watching this, the official first episode of the WeThreeKings podcast will be coming out in 2 days. So watch that video, which is the announcement for the podcast, which I think is a little funny. I think it's a funny video. I edited it.
It's a very funny video. Don't humble yourself. It's a very funny video. It's really good.
I think that energy kind of went down, but I don't mind that. It's just we came out the gates hot. We were crying laughing for the first 10 minutes of that video.
That the fucking the telemarketer bit had me crying on the floor. That shit was so funny.
There are so many stories I have working at a call center, and they'll all just find their way out into the ether. Either on this show or on WeThreeKings. But go subscribe there if you're on YouTube and you want to go subscribe to that channel. We won't... the thing is, we're putting out a podcast now. It'll be every 2 weeks on a... I lied. It's not 2 days from the time you're watching... if you're watching this on the day it comes out. From the date this gets released, it'll be 3 days. These go up on Saturdays. I believe. Yes.
Well,
they come out on Saturdays.
So whatever Saturday is first.
Every other Saturday. So catch that on June 3rd, or if you're watching this in the future, just click the link in the description and check out the episodes. I think it's going to be a fun show. I think so. We've never done a podcast style. Show. We did the live streams, but it's a very different energy.
Yes.
It is very different.
Very.
Because there's such a thin line that I still struggle with, and we've been doing this show for 7 months, 7+.
7 months.
I think going on 8. I have an app that tells me because if y'all remember fucking the catastrophe we had trying to count.
Oh God. It was so bad. It was remarkably bad.
That was remarkably bad. I can't speak right now. I don't know what's going on. 7 months, 2 weeks.
That's okay. 7 months and
7.5 months this show's been out. And I still struggle with this fine line between genuine conversation and just trying to keep that fun. I'm trying to also stay centered in my frame. I don't know why I keep falling back.
I'm having trouble with it as well. Yeah, I don't know what's going on today. I'll notice. I'm like, oh, half my face is gone. Sorry. Go ahead.
But between genuine conversation and something that's much more performative, you are doing a podcast. You're doing an audio show so that people can listen to it and get some form of enjoyment out of it, or just have it on in the background while they're driving or cleaning their room. You're just trying to, talk to your buddy or a guest if you have a guest on that week. And the entertainment should come from that. I don't want this, and I don't want the WeThreeKings podcast to be very performative in nature. I just want it to be just us hanging out. Us, me and the guys hanging out. Just being as funny as we usually are, but not trying to put on a show or put on a character.
Right.
And that's a very thin line that I still struggle with.
That's hard to do. Yeah. Really?
Yeah, because I think here's what I think it is. And I don't know if this is a bad thing or not, but I find myself saying things to you that I would normally say just in normal conversation, but the way which I say it is specifically to make a bit of it and to make it funny. I don't think that's a bad thing.
Sure.
Especially when
I was about to say, I don't think that's
if you
bad.
make a podcast to entertain people, then, you want it to be entertaining to them, not just the person you're talking to.
Yeah.
You don't want to sacrifice
exactly
that humor and quality for what have you.
And that's a big thing with like improvisation, like people who do improv. One of the biggest critiques I've read about improv is that whenever people will go to an improv show, they'll be like, it feels like the people on stage are performing for each other versus the audience. And I've been to a couple improv shows where it feels like that, where they'll do an inside joke on stage, and it's like, hey, like all 300 of us out here have no clue what you're saying, but the two people on stage do.
Yeah.
That's like not super fun for us.
And that's not super fun. And that's what I like is all of the inside jokes that we do are from this show.
Yeah. Or from the show, yeah. Because we don't have any other inside jokes from prior.
Oh, that's right, because we didn't talk before that.
Hardly.
Isn't that so weird to think of? We have known each other officially
all of a sudden
for
it's
4 years. After we were not we knew each other in person for 1 month of those 4 years.
Yeah.
After that 1 month, we maybe said a paragraph worth of sentences to each other until this show started.
Yep, and now it's every week. And like multiple times in that week.
Yeah, because that group chat never dies. It's always active. We're always talking to each other.
Always.
And it's great. It's a good time. And that's how you know.
Yeah.
Hey, for anyone out there. And I'll try to get off the topic of podcasts. I think we've gotten genuine critiques and notes that, hey, this episode of you just talked about the podcast for an hour. I love you guys. I don't give a shit.
Shit.
No, that's totally fair. But hey, for anyone out there that enjoys this show, other podcasts, or is thinking of, me leading towards, if you're thinking about getting into this and you don't want to talk alone into a microphone, you want to have something like me and Christian are doing, or me, Seth, and Jace, where we have multiple hosts. I don't think I could do it alone. And I'm a talker.
Same.
I don't think that I could carry on a one-sided conversation and lead into the next thing I was talking about. I'd have to write a whole script, and I don't want to have to do that. So I definitely think I thrive off a co-host.
Absolutely. I had a tough enough time doing it when I would live stream on TikTok, where like I even got I would get interaction from the people, but if I didn't get any, I'd be like, all right, well, I'm just gonna play piano now. Like I didn't know where to go with it. So yeah, it's hard to do. I could never do a podcast alone. I couldn't.
So if you're thinking of getting into doing podcasts and or trying to think who you want to do it with, the point I was making was that pick someone who you are able to not talk to for 4 years and then immediately be brothers, just immediately. Pick someone like that, because that's where it's at. That's where the energy is.
Yeah. And if you don't have somebody like that, then I don't know, find one, because it's a really fun type of relationship to have with a person where there's something that is always there, whether it's actually there or not, whether it's active or not, it's still there. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But I have maybe 2 or 3 people in my life who are like that. Everybody else, whenever I go 4 or 5 months not talking to the person, it gets hella awkward.
Yeah.
But with just a couple select people, I could not talk to you for a year, and then all of a sudden pick right back up as if nothing had happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really nice having people in your life like that. So if you don't think you have someone like that, I bet you do. You just haven't talked to them in a while.
Yeah, it's been an hour or a year. Go talk to them.
Fuck off.
But another reason I don't like doing the show earlier in the day, not that I don't like it, it's just a different energy. One of the reasons I don't struggle with it, but I kind of flip-flop on how I feel about doing it earlier in the day, is my medicine is still kicked in. I take it at 9:30 or 10 in the morning, and by the time we usually record, it's worn off, and I can, be a lot more goofy.
But right now you're zoned.
But for those that don't know, if it's not painfully apparent every episode you watch, I do have ADHD and I am on medication for that. And to do my job, to do my work, I have to have that medication. Otherwise, I'll just sit and I'll look at my work, I'll look at my computer, and I won't do anything. Yep. I won't do. It's not like I'll do something else. I'll just look and I won't do anything. So it's a real good medicine. I really, I have no issues with it. But one thing is that when you run into one of these situations where it hasn't yet worn off, but I've got to do this performative thing, I'm a lot more analytical.
Yeah. Hey, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, Jim? We've had 2 episodes in a row that I honestly think are so fucking funny. I watched last night's episode. I don't usually watch it all the way through in one sitting. I go back and I'm like, last night was just, I watched it and I couldn't stop laughing. It was really funny.
Should I release the gym cut?
I think we should release the gym cut. I think the gym cut was fantastic.
As a special...
Tell the folks.
It won't change much in terms of audio, so I'm not going to release it on Spotify or anything. But for those that don't typically watch YouTube, I did like the first 10 minutes of the episode in a completely different style because I had made the WeThreeKings announcement video, which is a video. It's an announcement video. It's a whole thing. It's not a podcast. The formats of editing are very, very different. And I was editing for like a video, like a 10-minute video, not an hour-long podcast. I put so many like edits and cuts and pans and zooms and pictures and songs in this first 10 minutes. And I was like, if I keep doing this,
so funny.
This is ruined. Like, I can't keep doing this for the video and for me.
What we could do is use it as TikTok highlights.
Yeah?
To promote that episode.
We'll use it as TikTok highlights, but we'll also release it just so you can watch it. It's the first 10 minutes of the last episode, episode 33. It's the first 10 minutes of that, but it's just unhinged. It's the same footage, but edited in a completely different way. So, and maybe that short...
And I think when we do make...
Yeah, maybe that's a fun way to...
When we do make highlights on that.
Yeah, make highlights out of it.
When we do make highlights on that, I want to use that 10-minute clip, not the original episode. The original episode was a good cut too, but that just has a whole different flavor.
Yeah, it has a whole different flavor, and... Yeah, it's not different footage. It's the same exact footage with different edits that I think are a little bit funny. And if you like that short format, you like the shorter with a bunch of funny edits... Tell us. Let us know.
Jim, I'm reading your... Sorry, this is so off topic. I'm reading your shirt for the first time right now. What is that? Wait, haven't you talked about this on the show?
Yeah, I've talked about this on the show before.
This exact shirt. Yeah, what's the shirt, Jim, for our audio listeners?
This is a black shirt with white font on it that says Anti-Noodle Noodle Club. Mimi found this while thrifting.
That's amazing. Yep.
We were just thrifting, found Anti-Noodle Noodle Club.
Whew, Anti-Noodle Noodle Club. Have you found any traces of what that actually is?
Oh, absolutely. We found it almost immediately. Because, there's not a lot of things out there called Anti-Noodle Noodle Club. So you just search it. And it's a $35 shirt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot for a shirt.
That is a lot for a shirt. Let me see here.
I'm sure you thrifted it for much less.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't this like... It's a t-shirt, so it's like, what, $1.50 maybe?
Yeah. Wow. That's bonkers.
It's wild. I don't really know what it's about, because the description of the item is, if you've eaten at Madame VO or Madame VO Barbecue, you've definitely seen our crew wearing this shirt. Now you can too. Madame Vo.
So it doesn't mean anything.
Madame
it's just
Vo or Madame Vo Barbecue.
A restaurant's signature uniform, I guess.
Yeah, they just fucking hate pasta.
It's
a barbecue restaurant.
Do they?
And if you just so much as mention pasta in there.
But if it's the anti-noodle, it's like a double negative, but noodles. A double nude. It doesn't work.
It's
It doesn't work either. But it's a double.
It's a double noodle.
I'm trying to make it work.
It's a double noodle.
It's a double noodle. Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yes, it's a double noodle. I can't say it. A double noodle.
So here's the thing. It is.
So do they hate noodles?
No, it's a double noodletive. Noodle. But it's an anti-double noodletive. So it is just anti-noodle.
No, because what's a noodle club?
That's the question, Christian. And I think it's the title of this episode.
This episode, yeah, as it should
What's
be.
a noodle club?
What is a noodle club?
I have no idea. It has to do with barbecue.
Interesting. So, another shift in topics, because that's just how it happens. It actually is a topic shift to a topic shift. So last episode, we were discussing something, and I put forward the question, have you ever paid for something on your mother's credit card by accident? Because I was going to lead into a story about that, and it went to an amazing place
that
anyway.
Happens.
So
it happens
I'm fine with it.
Often.
All the time. I think it led to piss, so it's a positive for me.
Yeah, that was a net gain for sure.
Absolutely. So I do want to tell a story about somebody who happened to pay for something with my mother's credit card. This was my mother's credit card. It wasn't me. I don't think we were there yet. I don't think like technology was there to where like it was extremely easy when I was like 10 to buy something with my mother's credit card. Like the opportunity never came up.
Because you had to get the physical card. I remember the shift in conversation came from my addition to the statement, which is, well, in modern, times, it's just saved on the computer. But
yes.
Going back to your original thing and not going off on a tangent, back then when we were kids, no, you'd have to actually get the physical card, which would mean probably going into her purse and then her wallet and then pulling out a card and then writing it down or saying something over the phone. Like it was a whole Mission Impossible thing. You had to rappel from the ceiling. You were 8, Yeah,
you definitely had to be an adult to do it.
Yes.
There was no kids just being like, what's the security code? It's 08. Like that wasn't a thing. So when my sisters were young, they were able to do this because my mother had the credit card on the thing.
On the computer?
on the on like Apple. Like if it's just on your Apple account, everybody under that Apple account has access to that card.
What?
So my younger sisters yeah, because it is exactly what it's supposed to be, and it's supposed to be a scam to get children to buy shit. So there's 2 of them. There's 2, and they're probably gonna hate me for saying this, but it's such a good story. So Shaylin, the youngest, she's probably like 6, and she was playing this squirrel game. As you do. 6. So when you're 6, you play squirrel games. So there was a squirrel game, and of course, in a squirrel game universe, the currency would be
acorns. Nuts.
Acorns, absolutely, yeah. So she, you don't understand the concept of your mom's credit card and like actual physical money. So every once in a while, it would be like, "Hey, you can't purchase this for your squirrel. You have to use this. You have to buy it." Sheila was like, "Okay."
She looks at that card.
This girl.
She looks at that card and she said, "There's so many acorns on this bad boy. I know it. I know Mom is keeping so many fucking acorns in this card. I know she is."
This girl bought like $500 worth of acorns because she just kept paying. Like every time it got prompted, she's like, "Oh shit, I'm out of acorns. Time to just get more from Mom," because she seems to have an endless supply of acorns. So
the acorns keep flowing from the card. As long as the card produces acorns, I'm not gonna stop. It's acorns aplenty over here.
I was trying to think of a joke and I've got it. I got
nuts.
So anyway, I know.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. So my mom sees this and goes, oh no. She's like, I know exactly what's going on, and we're gonna see what we can do. We were not like extremely like, we didn't just have $500 kicking around to pay for these acorns. So my mom was like, what, Shaylin, what did you do? She's like, Mom, look at my squirrel.
Just like a,
my mom was like,
just
wow.
a pimped out squirrel. It's got a pimp cane with an acorn at the top of it in gold. And what's really fucked up is it has like a squirrel fur coat, but it's like not his fur. We don't know where it came from, but like that's what adds to the threatening aura energy of the squirrel. He's got the pimp cane, he's got the coat, he's got like a grill, and he's got just he's a throne with mounds of acorns behind him. And he just sits there.
Holy shit. My mom's like, wow, that's great.
How did fantastic.
That's amazing. My little girl's an entrepreneur.
Oh, yeah.
How did you get all these acorns? She's like, every time I ran out, I could just get more from this. My mom's like, oh my God. They were luckily able to appeal it, and they got all the money back. But at what cost? Because now the squirrel is like, what's the point now?
That's the thing. It's worse that he had it and then lost it. Because he had a taste.
Exactly.
He had a taste of the highlight.
Yes.
He wasn't the same after.
He
had to turn to something a little harder than acorns to kind of keep the high going. And that's rough. That's really rough. So I hope that rests easy on your mind, Shay.
Yes. Again, I have nothing. So that's Shaylin's.
The last 4. I don't know if you've done any more than 4, but the last 4 that I can remember, which include this story, there was a story on the last episode of the show. Why is every story you tell about your mother one of her kids doing something for a period of time and like getting away with it, and then she finally finds it and goes, "What the fuck is this?" Why is that every story I hear about your mother?
In regards to the acorns one, Shaylin's was all in one sitting.
Really? Okay.
So this wasn't over. Yeah, this wasn't over several days of like playing the game. This was one sitting. She sat down, just kept spending acorns all like
$500 in a sitting.
$200 in one sitting.
I got mad respect for your sister. Like, that was... yeah, she was 6, she didn't get it, but, like, mad respect for...
Yeah, absolutely. That's Vegas money.
That's Vegas money right there. That was high roller.
So it wasn't like weeks later my mom was like, oh, I've been charged $500 for some game on it was all of a sudden after an hour she was finally getting the notifications.
Yeah.
Or finally
her credit card company called her and was like, what the hell?
What are you doing?
Hey, Miss Roman, you all right?
She's just like, yeah, I just found this squirrel game and I'm really, really pumped about it and I just can't stop buying acorns.
How have you been?
So Adri's story is way more fucked up, and this is just a corrupt business.
Oh no,
that's like screwing over kids. Yeah. So this was she found a coloring book thing on the App Store. She was like, she's a big artist. She was like, maybe 9. She's like, holy shit, I love to color. So she was like, I'm gonna get it, and it's a free app. So she got it. So then she opens up the app and is like, hey, it's a free trial. And she was like, oh, okay, I get a free trial for 7 days. And then after that, it's a
subscription.
It's a subscription, yes. So she was like, okay, cool. So after 7 days, she deletes the app.
Oh.
Now those who know, deleting the app doesn't actually cancel the subscription, but a 9-year-old doesn't fucking know that. Because why would they?
If you have like a magazine subscription sent to your house and you move.
Exactly.
The subscription doesn't stop. There's just a pile of magazines on an old doorstep.
So, yeah, my mom gets a notification that $200 has been put on her credit card because the subscription is $200 a year.
A year.
And it goes immediately from a free trial to a $200 a year prescription. Jesus. You've been prescribed coloring books. A $200 subscription. So this was a company that is, I mean, like coloring books, it's not for, I mean, there are adult coloring books, but this was definitely preying on children. For that expensive of a...
Yeah, that's $16.67 a month.
Yeah.
I don't know if I need to be spending like 56 cents a day on my coloring fix. I'm actually... Interesting segue.
Messed up. Go for it.
I'm actually addicted to a mobile app right now.
Really? Me too.
You are too? You are as well?
I am as well. What is yours?
Have you ever heard of Adventure Capitalist?
Dog, that's my fucking shit. Are you kidding me?
Why
is that game so addicting?
I don't know. But we mentioned my ADHD earlier in the episode. There are many things that come with ADHD. And some people have some things, some people have others, and some people, one trait is worse and another is better. There's something called hyperfocus. And hyperfocus is like when you're focused on something, except instead of like, I've got to do this thing, and like later I'll do this other... Nothing in the world exists but that thing. Fucking nothing. Zero things.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Seth, I'm going to have you put this picture up. Christian, I'm going to temporarily say, pull up Discord. Gotcha. Where's our chat? Here we are. Yeah, Seth, I'm going to have you put this picture up. Do you know the application on iPhones called Screen Time? Are you familiar with Screen Time? The app?
Yeah.
Okay, that's my screen time for...
Oh my god, is that in one day?
Yeah, that's over 24 hours. Over the span of 24 hours, I was on my phone for 9 hours and some change. And for those audio listeners who can't see the picture, I was on Adventure Capitalist for 8 hours that day. In one human day, where I'm awake from 7 to... when do I go to sleep? 1. 7 to 1.
1, yeah.
How long is 7 to 1? 5.
That would be...
Plus 12 is 17. 18. 18 hours? Yep. Okay. For 8 of those, I was going ham in Adventure Capitalist.
Wait. Sorry. 7 to 1?
7 to 1.
Stop. Hold on. 7 to 1.
Hey, Christian. You know it's a lot.
Hold on. 1 to 7
I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to help you get there, okay? You know it's so much fucking easier? If I'm awake 7 to 1, I'm asleep 1 to 7.
Right.
How many hours
Right,
is
that's
that?
what I was just about to do. Yeah, so that is 6 hours. So 18 hours.
Oh, it's 18? I think I said that.
Did you say 18?
Of 18 hours, I was on it for 8. I might have not. Seth, correct me if I was wrong. I'm going to move my mouth. You do a voiceover, Seth, and just say, if I was wrong, how many hours it actually was.
There you go.
Apologies if you hear the crackhead yelling in the alley. It's the joys of recording in the daytime. Which is weird. The crackheads around here come out in the day.
Right? That's very strange. I've never heard of that, but it helps you sleep better, so that's good.
But yeah, that is what I'm addicted to right
18
now.
hours.
As Adventure Capitalist.
Dude, I don't blame you.
There was an event that I won. I won the event, came first place.
Oh, shit!
And then after that event ended, there was immediately a second one, but instead of lasting like 2 days, it lasted like 4 hours. And then I won that one.
Wait, how? Are you saying out of all the people in the entire world, you were the number one? Is that what that is?
I think it were. So here's the thing. Because Noah recently, I started talking about this with our friend Noah, and he re-downloaded the game because it's his shit too. Everyone loves this game. But
I played it in high school for like all day long, and then like I was like, gotta get rid of this game.
It's like Minecraft in the sense that it's like, this is everything in the world to me. And then immediately it's like, I hate looking at this game. I have to delete it. You know, it wasn't even hard to delete. It's just boring and stupid, and I hate this fucking game. Is that Adventure Cap?
Yeah.
Is that an ad for Adventure Cap? I need to re-download that. That was awesome. Good game.
Look at that. It's a great game.
But
it is a good game, but why?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why my hyperfocus loves it so much. I have not hyperfixated on anything this strongly in a very long time. So I don't know what it is.
Interesting. Yeah.
But it's happening. And
I got really into big into their other game also recently, Adventure Communist, which is
very similar,
very interesting as well. Very different, very similar, but different in the way it works out, because communism and capitalism are different. That's economic.
True.
Yes, that's economic. Very different. So yeah, but both games are troublingly addicting, and I don't know why.
So Noah is back on it, and he's going ham.
He's back on it. Like it's
yeah. I mean, he ran out of acorns. He had a taste of it, and then all of them got taken away, and he needed something harder. So he went to Adventure Capitalist. And so we went there, and this is how I figured it out. So no, it wasn't me against everyone else in the world playing this game, because I feel like that would crash the game. There are servers that exist. There's like the North America. And on top of that, they're not national events, or even I think area events. They are based off of when you join the game. I think it's scripted that at this certain time after you've joined, we have an event, and everyone in your area, your server, who is your level will be matched against it. So the first event was called whatever, The Adventure Begins. And there were like 20 people in that matchup, and I got first.
Yeah.
And the only reason I know that is because after that event ended and I was doing like another one, Noah was like, yeah, there's an event going on right now. And I'm like, yeah, me too. You know, what do you have? And he started saying some weird shit. And I was like, what? And he was like, I'm playing The Adventure Begins. And I was like, oh, it's scripted. That's how I figured it out.
That's really neat.
That's really neat. The second event had like 50 people in it. Still got first.
Dog.
There's an event going on right now. It started just at 12 today.
How are you doing?
I don't know. I haven't opened the app since the episode started, because even though I'm hyperfixated, I have my priorities.
Aww.
Where are we at? Leaderboard. I'm at first by 11,000 points. There are 50 people in here. I think 50 is the cap.
So I don't think we've actually explained how the game works. Jim, go ahead and tell the good people at home, what this is.
So just to explain the genre, because you've likely played a game like this, just because it is popular in a sense. It's called an idle clicker. And an idle clicker is a game defined by you have one moneymaker. We'll call it money because that's what it is in the game. But most games work based off money. You have one moneymaker. And it's a slow process to have that moneymaker earn money. It's like every 15 seconds you get $1. But after you get $5, you can upgrade your moneymaker. And now it puts out $2 every 15 seconds.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then after $50, you can do another upgrade. And instead of every 15 seconds, it's now every 5 seconds. And this continues until you can upgrade your moneymaker and increase the speed at which you get money. And that doesn't stop. There's no cap. You just keep going and watch the numbers get stupid high. I can't pronounce the words that I'm looking at in terms of how much money I currently have on this app. But
yeah, I'm about to check because I'm curious. I haven't played it in a while, but it's probably absurd. Yeah, it's that there's something. It definitely provides some sort of serotonin.
It has to.
As you,
I don't know why though. I don't know what it is.
Right. Well, because you're getting something. Like you're getting something without fucking getting something. It is a false serotonin like for sure.
Immediate return.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the thing. So like, I swear I'm not going to talk about this for long because it's so incredibly boring. But I'm really big into the stock market right now. Really big into cryptocurrency. I've really been enjoying it. I've done very, very well so far.
Yeah, I've done quite well for myself.
Have you? Okay,
I've done well.
I want to hear about it when we stop the episode.
I've not lost anything.
There you go. Hey, that's what's most important. So but it's addicting. It's addicting as fuck, but it's real. Like it's real serotonin because that shit is real money that I have worked really hard for. And so to watch it go up and multiply itself is dumb fascinating. Like what's the word? Not fascinating.
Dumb.
It's dumb. It's when satisfying. It's dumb satisfying because like again, worked very hard for this money, and so to watch it get bigger is nice. That's the same thing with the app, where like you're not putting it, and the return on investments in the real stock market are ridiculously long. It takes forever.
Yeah.
To get a very small amount. But in this game, it's like, oh, I did this for 5 seconds and I 20x'd my money. Like, it's so absurd. And so it's like, even though it's nothing, it feels like something, which is not good for the brain,
and I don't know why, because with stocks, it's kind of that sense of, well, there's risk there. You know, you put $50 into a cryptocurrency, and then, you know, you have $50 on the line now. Something that you worked for, that you are now putting in the hands of a system, which might depreciate the value of the work that you did to get it. You know, there's that risk of loss, and that's what makes the gain so good.
Yeah, really good. Yeah,
you're not risking anything with these mobile apps. There's no risk. So
absolutely nothing.
I don't know why their return feels as good as it does. Just because I think you're what you're doing there is actually it's the old Indiana Jones. It's you're swapping out the risk factor for the immediate gratification factor. And it's reward. Not real risk, but it's fast.
I
get to watch it happen.
Yeah. And you are actively doing. I know it's an idle game, but you are actively doing stuff to make your.
Oh, I mean, shit! It is called larger. An idle clicker because it runs on its own after a certain point. After you, for your first hour of any idle clicker is going to be hell because it's not so automatic. Boring. You have to manually, when your moneymaker stops making money, you have to restart it, and then it goes for like 15 seconds, and then it stops. And in order to keep it going, you have to eventually get a thing that automatically restarts it when it finishes, and then you can step away. So the first hour is always hell. But where are we going? What was the point of that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. I was just wondering why. Like, I'm just curious why these are so addicting.
Yeah, because it's called an idle clicker because you could step away. And it's going on its own.
Yeah.
So you can just put your phone down, go make yourself a sandwich, come back, and you have done better in the game. It's called an idle clicker, but at the same time, the reason I won both of the events that I did in a 24, because the first event was like 2 days. In a 2-day span, I won 2 events because I didn't go idle. I kept it on my phone for 8 hours, and I was present. That's that's what it was.
It is fascinating. Yeah, I played it a lot in high school, and like, I got to absurdities. I got to the point where I was able to buy everything. I was able to do everything in the game and buy everything, and I was winning every event, and it was just like, what's the point?
See, that is when it crashes. That is when it stops, because yes, it is endless. It is endless in the sense that, like, if you just let it go, the number will keep going up and never stop. But at a certain point, there are no more upgrades to get. Yeah. You know, you get so much to the point where, you do an event and you've played for long enough to where you know what strategies are going to be good. You win every time. That's when it stops being fun. So why? I'm trying to, like, psychoanalyze this shit and be like, so is what makes it fun the fact that you're trying to be the best, you're trying to be really good at it? Oh, I've still got more to do because there's still 250 upgrades I need. That's so many.
I don't even think it's trying to be good because you can't be good at the game. You know what I mean? Like, there's some strategy that goes along with it and what to select and when to select it. But for the most part, you can't be good at it because it's an idle game.
I think it's the number of goals. The number of successes you get. Because you're not trying to get to $1 billion. You're trying to get to the point where you can get that first upgrade and then that second upgrade. Every upgrade is a success because it means that you're now doing better. Yeah. Every single upgrade for which there are on this app,
so many,
likely a couple hundred, if not at least 1,000 different upgrades you can get for,
just the regular
that. Yeah, just for the base game. There are other little things in it.
Yep.
Every time you get one of those, it's a success. It's a goal. I did it. And getting that will allow me to do better going forward and better going forward. And that is a good feeling. Yeah. But then it all crashes when you've gotten all the upgrades and, there's nowhere to grow. It's just you're watching a number go up and that's boring as hell.
Sure is. It's like watching paint dry.
We figured out what it was. That's nice.
Hey, look at that. Yeah, it's very interesting. Yo, people would probably be like, what the fuck was this conversation? But I don't even care because it is interesting. And
I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Venture Capitalist.
Oh my god.
Go download the app and use code ABPIS. I don't know. What would our code be? If we had a promo code,
it'd have to be. Are you allowed to say piss? Like promo code piss?
It depends on the person. I mean, like, it depends on the brand. There are some brands that it's like, read this script word for word, or we just won't pay you.
Yeah, and it's like promo code H13L9. Like,
they just it's random. I've seen some promos, and it's like, go buy a fleshlight immediately. Fleshlight does fucking YouTube sponsorships. I have seen. There's a YouTuber I fucking love.
Wait, is Fleshlight a company? I thought it was a product.
A product of what company?
I don't know.
I think it's the Fleshlight line of Prada. I don't know.
What? That's so dope. Hold up. Have we ever talked about Fleshlights on the show?
I've got some spare acorns on my car.
It's time to finally spend those acorns on something real. Fleshlight.com. What? It's just Fleshlight is a brand of artificial vagina, oral, or I've said too much in the last 5 seconds. Wow, that's a definite. Wow, what a definition. Also, 1998. How are Fleshlights just barely older than us? It feels like Fleshlights should have been around for way longer, not just like a little bit older than Christian and Jim.
Yeah, that
feels very weird. Fleshlights are like our older brother. Anyway, moving on.
Don't say that. Anywho, no, I've seen a YouTuber and his content isn't sexual at all. He like reviews movies, and he's hilarious. But no, Fleshlight sponsors him, and what as a brand are you gonna be like? Hey, don't say any bad word. He's like, right? Dude, go fucking buy 10. Nuts. Promo code Ligma. Like go. That's what it is. So it depends on the brand whether or not you can like say piss in your promo code. But like if we had a promo code, would it be ABP / anything but, which is how to get to Anchor. Anchor.fm / anything but.
Yeah, it would probably be something like that. Boring. Just regular.
I guess that's the answer. Is it depends on the sponsor.
Yeah.
If they let us be more lenient with it, we'd probably figure out something real fun.
Yeah, so do you think Adventure Capitalist would let us?
Adventure Capitalist.
Yeah, if they were sponsoring us.
What? AB Piss? I don't know. They are full of memes. Like,
are they?
Current memes.
Where?
I don't know how often they update shit, but every upgrade you get has a name. Every upgrade you get has an actual name. If you go to unlocks, go to your gallery, you've got hundreds of these things, and I'm just going to click on one at random. Better than a Fairweather fan. This one's called Hard to Tell Who the Real Fans Are. This one's called, they all have names, every single upgrade.
Yeah.
So, I'm on the event right now. I'm on the event. Let me go to the actual Earth. The Earth is the base game. There we go. And these have a lot more normal named ones. Like the first one is called Easy Squeezy because you open a lemonade stand. And then Thirst Quencher, Lemon Lord, Citrus Emperor, the Zestiest. As you upgrade your shit, it's
That's
funny
amazing.
names. So tell me why I was going through upgrading. And when I get to like some ridiculous fucking number, like quinceptillion or,
Yep.
some huge number, why my next upgrade, which would increase all of my profits by like 2 or 3, was called Dogecoin.
Whoa.
There's a Dogecoin meme in this game, and there are some other current memes that are in here that I was very surprised to see.
That's wild.
Let me see if I can find any kind of funny one. That one's called a website. No. No, nothing kind of recent. I've seen a couple like recent memes in here, and that's absolutely wild to me.
That is wild. Good for them. What a brand.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, do you
Still
think they'd be
culturally
very
relevant.
strict in terms of...
Why do I always say relevant? Still culturally relevant. Good for them.
100%. I'm going to email and be like, hey, sponsor us.
Oh, that would be dope.
We have like 50 regular listeners,
Yep.
but I know you're making those acorns. I know you are. There are microtransactions.
Hell yeah, there are. Plenty.
And I've not spent any acorns on this app. I've not done that. And
Good
I don't
for
plan
you.
on it. Because I keep
Good.
winning the events, so I get
Yeah,
like
why?
a
You don't need
metric shit ton of it for just winning.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yo.
like. I think they nailed that.
Yes. Not
Pay to win games suck
Mm-hmm.
ass.
Suck big fat balls. Big fat nuts.
But if you're rewarded for doing well, and your reward is the thing that you have the option to buy, that means
Yeah.
that you can compete with people who try to pay to win just by being good at the game. There's a beautiful balance there,
Exactly.
and I think Adventure Capitalists killed it. And we've talked about this app way too much.
That's okay. I had it's still on the topic of mobile games, but drifting away. I had a coworker who spent like as much of his paycheck that he possibly could on mobile games. I couldn't imagine. Look, I understand a couple bucks here and there. It's like, hey, there's the thing, and there's a thing, and there's a thing. That's all well and good. People spend their money the way they want. But to spend like most of your paycheck, bonkers.
I've never
Don't.
been huge on mobile gaming, period.
Same.
I don't know
very
why,
rare.
but like the difference in sitting at a PC and doing PC gaming and, this is different. And I don't
Very.
know why, because I would never spend over probably $5 on an app.
Correct.
I don't see any value in spending any more than that.
Nope.
Because for some reason, when I'm looking at my phone, I go, I'm not getting anything. I'm just getting a bigger
Yeah.
number next to a cluster of pixels that look like a gold bar. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean anything. But
Right.
when I'm on Overwatch and I'm like, there's an event going on and I can buy 50 loot boxes? What? Now, give it. Fucking that meme of the guy hitting the card at the desk.
Yeah.
He's like, take it.
Take my acorns. They're all yours.
I buy loot boxes like every event. I buy like a thing of 50 loot boxes. Every event
Yeah.
they have.
How much are they? No, you don't have to. You don't have to say that. Never
No,
mind.
you're okay. How much is like 50, like 40 bucks? 50 Overwatch loot boxes, like 40 bucks ish.
How often are there events?
How often are Overwatch events? Like once every 2 months, 3?
Oh, that's not bad,
Like an event.
At least once every 3 months.
At least once every 3 months.
dog. That's not bad. I'm thinking. I thought it was gonna be like once a week. I was like, yo,
No.
no, once every 3 months. That's nothing. I mean, like, when was the? I rarely pay for in-game purchases,
Yeah.
but I'll spend $40 on a game every 3 months. Every year, I would buy. It would be a brand new game, and it was like $80. So, and then I would do it every once in a while. Like it's you have to pay to get your full entertainment that you want out of it. Like that's just how it is. But for some reason, like mobile apps, it's like, am I really getting that much more out of it if I put in this $10 for 20 acorns?
Right.
Like, am I really getting anything out of it? And the answer is no. Of course you're not, because I think that's what it is. Is there's a whole like mobile gaming is a whole separate side of gaming, and it is so lazy. It really
Yeah.
is incredibly lazy. To make a PC game, you got to get in. You got to get in on it, and you got to spend
I know.
hours
I
and
went to
hours and
college for it.
hours. Exactly. But for a mobile game, I see people making a mobile game every day. Like, you can make a mobile game every day if you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
It would take a good amount of that day, but like, you can't make a PC game every day. You can't. Not a halfway decent one. And, you know, a lot of the mobile games
Not
are
consistently, but you can make a pretty good PC game in a short amount of time. But not consistently. You can't pump them out.
Right.
And so you don't get those lazy games.
Yeah, exactly. It is people have put serious work into it, and they genuinely care about the thing they've created, and they want other people to enjoy it. It's not about getting the money. There's a money aspect because they spend so much time making it. They want people to also, you know, they need to be able to fucking pay their bills and shit. But for the most part, it's like, I want people to enjoy this game. I'm not going to be lazy about it. But mobile games, it's different. Anyway.
Absolutely. And with that,
I know.
It's 4:41. So it is a 4:42. And that's three minutes until you've kind of got to go. So yeah. I hope everyone's enjoyed. Do you have anything to quickly say before we kind of close out?
Hey man, I'm good. This has been fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the shorter episode. Whether it was very one topic, whether it was very heliocentric, very focused in on one thing, I think it was still fun.
How did you trip over a word and you're like, and find your way to heliocentric?
I don't know. Did I use it right? I don't even know. I think I used it right. Oh, 1 second. I probably didn't. Leave it in if I didn't. I mean, leave it in regardless, but I'm curious.
You're heliocentric. Using Bing. What the fuck?
Oh, fuck off. I think this is the thing. I use Bing and I use Microsoft Edge. Having or representing the sun as the center as in the accepted astronomical model of the solar. So yeah, it's like it has to do with the sun.
Yeah.
It has to be the sun.
Sorry if we talked about the sun too much during this episode. We know that it can be a little overbearing. It can be a little, like boring at times, but it's something that means a lot to us. So
it's important. We love the sun.
We love the sun.
We do. All right. Well, yeah. Sorry if it was very centric around one thing.
just centric.
Just centric.
But I will say,
yeah.
A huge thank you to everyone for watching and listening, and also a special thank you to Miller and Jamie, two people who kind of donate regularly to the show, which if you are able to do and would like to, you can go to anchor.fm/anythingbut. That is anchor.fm/anythingbut, and that'll bring you to our homepage. And there's a little donate button there, or subscribe, or whatever it's called. I really need to figure it out, because this is always what I say. Is that you'll see it. What is it? Is it subscribe, donate? Anywho,
either way,
click that, and you can subscribe in tiers of 99 cents a month, $4.99, or $9.99.
And if you don't have the funds for it, just go ahead and select your mom's credit card and send
us 150 acorns a month.
Yes,
and what that does, what those acorns do, is it keeps the show just the best quality it can be in terms of like visual production and auditory nice experience. And one last thing before we go, just because we'll probably talk about it more next episode when we have a longer time to talk about it. I refrained from talking about it at length today because if I did, it would take up the entire episode. It's a good thing. But because this is the first episode out since it's been confirmed, I want to give a huge great job to Mimi, because her green card was finally approved and she is a legal permanent resident. So yay! I just want to say a huge love her to death. She's fantastic. And congrats to her.
Congratulations,
this is the first
Mimi.
episode that's come out since we got the notification that it is official, that she is a legal permanent resident. Her green card is in the mail. We'll be getting it soon. We'll get her social security number and all the fun stuff.
Congrats, guys. That's awesome.
A year and 8 months with a lawyer and everything. It's been a journey. There's been a lot of things that like happened to slow it down. A lot of things that happened that made it go faster than usual at some point.
Interesting.
There's some real interesting stuff that went into it over the last year and 8 months, but that's why I refrained from talking about it, because there's a lot to say. So we'll talk about it more in the next episode. Just wanted to throw that out. Say congrats and I love you.
Yay! Congratulations.
We love you guys too.
We do.
And we'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Fuck yeah!
Ow, son of a fuck!